So you guys think women are oppressed in the United States?
I think there's a level of oppression. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of other places, but I feel like it's not totally, equal.
Okay.
How about a comment? Just skip me.
Skip me.
Okay, that's fair. What about no, Keely, you did not circle that. Alyssa, you circled women are not oppressed in the USA.
I think I agree with her stance that there is some form of oppression.
Sure. Okay. And then Madison, you too?
I also agree that there's some forms of oppression. I'm not saying overall in every way women are oppressed. In some ways they have privileges, men don't, but they are oppressed in some ways, including the gender pay gap, which you don't want to talk about.
I mean, just for the sake of time, we do have to skip over it, but can you guys just cite to the ways in which women are oppressed?
I would say, I know pay, and I'm going to skip over that. I would say that women are more confined to try to fit into a box. And when women like myself try to not conform and try to be liberated in my own way, I get a lot of pushback. I feel like men want to constantly put women in the kitchen, and I feel like that's the oppression. They want to force us to do what they want us to do. They want us to submit, and not all women want to submit.
Yeah, how successful are they at that?
Well, they're getting less successful.
Aren't you currently in a relationship with a man who has no expectations of that whatsoever?
Yeah, we're getting places.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't this just equally be applied to men? Like, if, for example, if I'm a guy and I want to be a stay-at-home house husband, you don't think I'm going to face social shame from women?
I don't think so much anymore. Maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah, you think I'm gonna have good luck in the dating field if I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to work. You're gonna work, and I'm gonna stay at home. You think I'm gonna like have good success finding a wife?
I feel like you could, but I mean, it'd be difficult. Sorry, it would be generally more difficult.
You guys can never engage in like. Yeah, I suppose it's possible.
I feel like you always want us to have the answer you want. You brought us on this podcast for our own valuable
insight.
But
It's not productive,
but it's just like not productive to be like, okay, let me always cite to the outlier when I'm trying to argue against you. Like, I speak in generalities here. Like, generally speaking, like, yes, I might be able to find a woman who's willing to provide everything, pay for me the whole thing on the first date, let me stay at home and never have to work a day again. It's possible. Is it probable?
I mean, I guess the majority of women know, but I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with it. I think.
Okay, that's right. Totally cool. I guess you would do it. Maybe. I'm not even sure if you would be okay with that kind of dynamic. Do you think I'm going to have success in the dating marketplace?
No.
Going into it being like, you're going to pay for me on first dates. I'm going to stay at home. I don't want to work. I'm going to take care of the kids. You genuinely think that like that's not going to be a major issue for me when it comes to dating?
No, that would be a major issue for you.
Or any guy, pretty much?
Yeah,
yep.
It would.
Okay, cool. Right. And this is like a social pressure that women apply to men. So it's like, yeah, we hold you guys to standards. You guys hold us to standards. So I don't think that's oppression, though, because a woman doesn't want to let me or isn't willing to let me be a stay-at-home house husband. I don't think that's oppression.
I don't think.
Well, I asked you what are examples of how women are oppressed, and you're like, well, like men have these like kind of social standards for women.
Well, a lot of the things that have oppressed women have sort of been weeded out. Like women can buy their own houses and they can own
they could always
credit cards and they can
own things, but
they can, okay, then I'm completely wrong. Women have zero, they're living the fucking dream. That you're completely right, Brian.
Thank
I don't
you.
know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Can I share an opinion?
I do. I kind of have to move things on, but you disagreed. So how are women oppressed?
I hear what you're saying, but I do think socially, society,
women are oppressed. How so?
Well, there's men who expect you to bow down for them and fold their laundry.
How would that be oppression?
I just feel like why are we bowing down to you? Who are you? Why
do I have to work 5 hours to take you on a date?
Because you want to, because that's a
you expect it though. You expect it.
I would like that, but
and I would like a woman to bow to me.
Well, you can have your preference.
And you can have your preference too. How is it oppression?
I think just bowing down in general is disrespectful.
How is it? It's the most respectful thing you can do.
Overturn of Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
That too.
There's one that's not.
Well, we'll come to that in a bit, but I thought you didn't want to be part of this conversation.
Yes.
So a man wanting a woman to be submissive is oppression?
For women who don't want to be put in that position.
Yeah, I'm not forcing any woman to do it. Submission is not something that is taken, it is something that is given.
But you place women who don't want to do that on a lower pedestal.
Yeah,
than
what's wrong
women
with
who
that?
do.
What's actually wrong with that?
Well, I feel like that's a form of oppression.
How? So just to be clear, you're oppressing men that don't want to pay for first dates?
No.
Oh, so it's only oppression when men do it. Like if a man holds a woman to a standard, that's oppression. When women hold men to the standards, sack up. That's your job as a man. That's not oppression.
No, if he's willingly paying for our first date, then no.
And she's willingly bowing.
Okay.
What's the issue?
That's fine. Well, that's
I'm not forcing, bitch, fucking bow for me. No.
But
She should want. In fact, the more she wants to do it, and I don't even have to tell her anything, the more attractive that is. I don't want to tell a girl to be submissive. She wants to be submissive.
Okay.
Submission is given, not taken.
But I think a majority of women in today's age don't agree with that in general.
Sure. That's cool.
And I think men who hold those values are
What?
inherently the oppressors.
How are they inherently the... How does that make you an oppressor because you want your girl to hit a bow? Why would that be oppressive?
I think.
Do you want a guy... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think it's.
Can you scoot into the table so you're
Sorry.
closer to the mic?
I just think that's just. I don't know. Actually, don't know. Don't have an answer.
Okay. Is there anything else? So you said Roe v. Wade, men's expectations on women is oppressive, but women's expectations on men is not oppressive?
I think there's oppression in both sides. I think.
Oh, women can be oppressors? I didn't know that was a thing. Like just using your
or maybe
feminist
privilege
framework.
is the right. Maybe privilege is the right word. Women have privilege in certain aspects.
And so men
that
are
don't.
oppressors, women are oppressed.
I feel like men have the ultimate ability to oppress women because at any time, men like Andrew always makes the comment. At any time, men can rise up and just put us all in cages and like kill us or
but
rape
they
us or do whatever.
But they don't, which would point to men's benevolence, not to their oppressive nature.
Yeah, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. And
Men could have absolute power. Why? Like, men are benevolent. If men wanted to, yes, because of force doctrine, they could be like, okay, we're walking back all of women's rights.
But
they
they
could
are.
do that. No, they're not.
with Roe v. Wade being overturned.
That's not okay, hold on. A couple things here. So when it comes to Roe v. Wade, right, it got kicked back to the states.
But if it's to the states, then does that even make it a right? Because one state gets to choose that I have bodily autonomy, but the other one doesn't. It's not a right if somebody gets to still choose whether or not I have the right to my own body.
Yeah, but what does this have to do? So when it comes to women's rights, we're making a comparison between men and women. Mm-hmm. Like, here's a right that men have that women don't. We want equality between men and women. Mm-hmm. Men don't have any reproductive rights at all. So actually, if you guys are in favor of equality, show of hands, who's in favor of equality? Okay, here's equality for you. Men have no reproductive rights. Here's equality. Nationwide abortion ban. That's equality.
Yeah, but there are no laws against a man's reproductive system. Name one law against a man.
Child support. Not alimony. Child support.
Just child support.
How about this? A man who is essayed by a woman and she gets pregnant, he has to pay his assaulter child support.
I don't know.
Did you just say good?
Well, yeah. Why did he assaulted her, right?
No.
Oh,
No.
my bad.
She assaulted him.
She assaulted him.
She gets pregnant.
Oh, never mind. Scratch that.
Yeah, she just said good to that.
She didn't mean
She
it.
assaults him. Yeah,
Scratch
it's fine.
that.
Whatever. She misheard. She assaults him. He has to pay child support.
I mean,
So, yeah,
if you
child
want
support, big
equality,
deal.
then you should
That's
just make it where
terrible.
men can opt out if a woman gets pregnant.
Yeah, but that's never going to happen. So men can't opt out of the child support system.
Well, then maybe that's something you guys should be fighting for.
I mean, there are men's rights activists that are fighting for precisely that thing.
Then it would be equal. A woman can choose to have a baby if she wants to, and the man can decide whether or not he wants to sign his name on the birth certificate.
I suppose that would be a form of equality to some degree. Women maintain or retain their rights to abortion, and men can, if they want, they can
revoke their parental rights.
It's called like a parental. There's a specific term for it. Legal paternal surrender. So the guy can just legally, okay, I don't want anything to do with, I can't, you can't.
Look at us, Brian, solving the world's problems together.
Yeah, that's not politically tenable. It's never going to happen. So true. So it's a little what? Okay, then you have to be. Sorry, go ahead.
Sad.
What is sad?
It's a little sad.
So is abortion sad?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're consistent, I guess. But
I'm not saying it's bad, but it's sad as fuck. But it's not bad.
Why is it? I mean, but okay. Woman wants to get an abortion because she's not financially ready.
It's sad.
She's able to like murder her child.
It's fuck. It's sad. It's like takes a serious emotional toll on people.
Sure. Again, though, this whole Roe v. Wade thing, like actual equality between men and women on this issue would be a nationwide abortion ban.
I don't think that's equality, though.
That would be equality. Men don't have a say. Once the woman's pregnant, men don't have any reproductive rights. So
yeah, but you're
equality would dictate that you have to walk back abortion completely.
There's more that goes into it than just reproductive rights. Though.
Not only that, like you're not just putting so men have to do the physical and financial support of the man, but you're creating a world where women are forced into a medical condition. Being pregnant is a medical condition, and it comes with a lot of things. People can get gestational diabetes. They can end up dying. Like pregnancy isn't just a easy thing that every woman can just pop out a baby. Like a lot of women, suffer tremendously, either that being death or trauma postpartum. Like there's lots of things that go into that. So I feel like
absent SA, women are not forced to get pregnant.
Yeah, but I'm saying that accidents do happen, and the majority of women who get abortions too already have kids, and they're already in marriages, and they can't handle another kid, and usually the husband's fine with it anyway. So I feel like it should be a right. Yeah,
but we were talking about women's oppression, right? Mm-hmm. And so typically oppression, you're making like a comparison between men and women. Oh, men have this benefit that women don't, right? So I'm not sure how the abortion component, like men don't have any reproductive rights whatsoever. So it would occur to me that like equalizing it would either require legal paternal surrender, which is never going to happen. It's not politically tenable whatsoever. There's not one singular politician who's a men's rights activist. Most politicians are feminists. So that's just off the table immediately. So if we're going to equalize here, mm-hmm. you just have to walk back abortion rights completely for there to be equality. But you guys are not open to that sort of equality. So
I don't know. I personally don't feel like that's equality. I feel like that's a little step further than that. I still feel like the oppression in that case would be on the woman. Because a guy could still run off and not pay child support for a couple of years, or not get a good job just so he didn't have to pay a ton of child support, or try to get paid all in cash so he can't put it in child support. Like there's lots of ways to kind of get to finagle and go around it. But the burden is not physically on the woman. The burden's on her raising the children.
Yeah, the burden's physically on the man too. If you have to work a job and they're going to take like 20-30% of your paycheck, mm-hmm. that's 20 to 30% of your labor.
Yeah, going but you act like the woman's not paying for anything either.
No, she is. Yeah, so
if she's also paying, if she's also paying financially into this kid, the guy has to pay financially into this kid. Then that's still kind of an equal thing. But having to put a woman through a medical condition, that's the step further.
Being put through. I mean, like the same arguments that, the guy should have made this decision before coming inside the woman or whatever, like those same arguments can be made towards the woman. If you didn't want to pay child support, you should have thought that. Should have kept your legs closed, whatever. In any case, I don't really find this a compelling argument when it comes to women's oppression. So, because I already there's a disconnect here when it comes to, because oppression has to do with like a differential of treatment between men and women. So because there's not total symmetry here, I don't really find it compelling. Societally, you say there's oppression of women. So besides the abortion thing, can you could you provide to me an example of women being oppressed?
I mean, we're going to skip over it, but pay, like, that's still a thing.
No, it's not. It's been debunked.
Okay.
There's no gender pay gap.
It's literally on the federal government's website that it is a thing.
You mean the Biden administration? Yeah, that's fake news.
March 12th is the day that nationally honor that, because that's the difference in pay. A woman would have to work all the way through March 12th to get the same pay that the other guy would for just 2023.
Okay.
For 1 year. And also, women, even if they are working and the man is also working.
Can I move you in that seat? Sure. If you want to take that seat.
And they have a family together.
You want me here?
Oftentimes, the majority of the domestic work is still expected to be done by the woman, even though they're both working full-time jobs.
So, yeah, that's kind of fake news.
No, it's not.
I mean, we could pull up infographics that have told. I mean, the gender pay gap has been told. Explain to me what the gender pay gap is.
That for every dollar a man makes, a woman, on average, not always, but on average for the same job, will make 80% roughly of what a man makes.
Oh, for the same job.
Correct.
No, here's the uncontrolled gender pay gap, which is the number you're citing to. The uncontrolled gender pay gap is without factoring in for hours worked, type of job. You're just comparing all men to all women, and you're just comparing the money that they make. There's no like delineation when it comes to, again, hours worked, type of job, academic credentials, any of this sort of thing. It's just comparing men to women. When you start controlling there's like over a dozen different factors that you can control for. It goes down to it's 99 cents to the dollar.
That's
if you
fake
control.
news.
It's not. Here, pull up find the pay scale infographic. In fact, when it comes to, for example, Asian women out-earn white men. Yeah.
They be hustling, though.